for giving me your time today to speak about the House of David. I just so love biblical series, and this one is just, it starts off great. The production value is just amazing. And so my first question is for the Queen.
Yay,
Um,
yay.
Now, your character is often overshadowed in biblical narratives, yet she plays a crucial role in King Saul's reign. How does House of David bring more depth to your character?
Well, because her husband descends into a sort of madness, she has to hold everything together as a mother and as a wife to a king. And she's a very capable woman. I always joke that she's the PR and crisis management of the show, the storyline. She really keeps everything together. But the more he descends into madness, the more she needs to take more extremes, initiatives, and she becomes more brutal in a way. But at the same time, she is a woman, and in that era, in that time, she somewhat has to only use what's available to her.
And Ali, King Saul, of course, we know is a very tragic figure in the Bible. Israel's first king, tormented by his inner demons and ultimately falling from grace, right? How did you prepare for this role, and what aspects of King Saul resonated with you most?
Well, I think I find like the whole story of this king and the way it developed in the script, and the arc and the whole journey of this character, find it fascinating, and helps me a lot, like to dive into the Bible and to read more about this character, and then like it helps me a lot, like to really add many layers to the character, and to make such this journey, and to bring up like many choices that might help with the character, like really to go, because it's like really, it's not one dimension, it's full of twists and up and down, because the whole arc, like he started like his journey from nothing, and all of a sudden like become something, and he become like the king of his, the first king of his people, and he become like a very, and he created a very strong kingdom, and all of a sudden he loses his faith, and when he start to lose his faith and disobey the words of the seer, the prophet, he is almost like about to lose everything that he built himself. And for me, when he reached that point, that almost like he can lose everything, um, and he went inside deep into darkness. That moment, like the only hope that comes to his house is that simple shepherd that he start to sing for him and to heal him from the sickness that he's suffering from. And this one of the scenes that I most like really love in the whole journey, and the whole relationship that was developed with the time with that small shepherd that's called David.
I think because there's a lot of characters in this show, and it is the story of one king one king rise and the other king's descent. But it also tells a story of love, of faith, of humility, of family, the power of family, the power of love, what you are willing to do in order to save what you worked for or what you think is right, trust in God, not trusting in God. All these themes are in the show, and I think they really represent us today. So I'm hoping that people will see themselves, even though this is a biblical historical drama, and would enjoy that aspect of it.
I can add one thing for that, if you may, because she said it all actually, Ayelet. And I can add, like, we are living in a super materialized world. And back then, when you live your life simple and when you get really deep into the material world, and you start to lose it all, actually. So this is exactly what they had said. Like, it's really reflect our life today.
Awesome. Thank you. That's my time. Thank you so much for speaking with me today.